Hey, how you doing? We're up on the fell, a little bit windy. See how we get on today. I want to talk a little today about the youngsters and what we do to bring the youngsters on. I've said many times that once you've got the trust of a fell pony, you can get them to do pretty much anything you ask. So I want to talk a little bit about all the steps that we go through. And I can't really tell you whether you should buy a pony that's already broken or whether you should buy a young one and do all the work. But I can show you a little bit, or hopefully a lot, of the work that goes into getting a fell pony, like little Delta over there, to become a working pony, like Geronimo or Lucky there behind us, who will do pretty much anything we ask. In a couple of months we'll be bringing young Delta down off the fell for weaning, which can be quite a stressful time for the foal and for a first time mother as well. And we normally paddle them up with, well, usually another young foal. In this case, this year he's going to be with the yearling filly Trouble, and we'll get him in for a few weeks, get him used to being having a rope on, being tied up, and then getting him to a point where he's what I'd call halter broken, which means I can get into a field and just walk up to him and put a rope on. So he's got it all to come. Every pony is different. They all have their individual characters and ways, but we have a process here that we go through with all our young stock. For 3 or 4 weeks, the foals are brought in at night, tied up for a short time, longer and longer as the days go by, and we will repeatedly put on and take off the halter until it becomes second nature, and I'm confident I can walk into a field and get a halter on the youngster. We'll start to pick up the foal's feet and walk the foal up and down our track and take walks out with an older, quiet mare to hopefully meet some traffic and expand the youngster's horizons. Remember, at this point in its life, everything outside the fields is a new experience. As yearlings, you've hopefully bonded with them to some level now, so it's all about being hands-on, building up the trust with them. Margaret Harry, who farms in the village, always used to say to me, little and often, Thomas, and that just means not doing too much of the same thing. 5 or 10 minutes can sometimes be just all you need. Just get a halter on it, walk it up the track, hopefully you might meet somebody or a dog or a car, and always quit while you're ahead. And then do it again, 3 or 4 times a day or more. Then at 2-year-old you start getting down to business. Mouthing, tethering, a bit of long reining, more long reining, and even more long reining, little and often. A 3-year-old, like little Prince here, I did a lot of work with him in spring, and so we did more long reining, a little bit of sidelining, just getting used to seeing a little bit of traffic. Snigging, using chains to pull timber, and getting used to pulling a dead weight. And then all the groundwork's been done with him really, so we turned him out for the summer just to be a fell pony again. And we'll get him back in the spring and start doing more work with him. And hopefully he'll be part of the pack saddle team, doing a little bit of light work next year. My father Walter used to say, you can't put a fell to the wrong job, and they will have a go at anything and probably do well. I like to get to a point where they will just take a new thing in their stride and be prepared for anything. So at 4-year-old, I'm bringing them into work. I like to take a young 4-year-old to Appleby Fair as a sideliner, pulling a bow-top wagon. After a week or 10 days away, they come back having seen a bit of the world. It'll be good in traffic, it's learned how to pull. They'll build up some muscle and get fit. But it doesn't always go right. Stuff happens. Ponies get stuck in a bog. Luckily the fire brigade were on hand round the corner. Pony gets out on the road. And just when you think everything is going really well, a wheel breaks. a shaft pin breaks, and it all adds to the experience, and the ponies just take it in their stride. By the time they're 5, they're really starting to mature. But by the time I've spent 5 years getting them to this point, it's unlikely I'm going to want to sell it. So as ever, thanks for watching. Leave us a message if there's anything you would like us to talk about in any of the future films. And please do let all your friends and family know about our Patreon page. We do really value your support. See you next time.